protecting homes and businesses from the whims of nature, you need more than just quality materials. You require RiverLand Roofing. Licensed, insured, and certified, RiverLand Roofing offers not only the assurance of excellence, but a tailored approach to your unique structural needs and budget. To learn more about what RiverLand Roofing can do for you and the community, call them at 662-644-4297 or visit riverlandroofing.com.
You're locked into Talk of Champions, an Ole Miss sports podcast with Ben Garrett and Billy and Body of the Ole Miss Spirit. Hello again, friends, and welcome inside, at least for me, not for Will Furniss, Ole Miss slugging first baseman, inside the RiverLand Roofing Studios, the New Albany branch, RiverLand Roofing, for all your roofing needs, power everything we do here at Talk of Champions, and now at Rebel Grove, not the Ole Miss Spirit anymore. Rebel Grove, a part of On3. Sign up today. Now the 10th largest site in the On3 network is the Ole Miss site. A lot of new folks around. We love what we're building here, so y'all come check us out. And our thanks to RiverLand, riverlandroofing.com, 662-644-4297. It's a Friday. I don't know when this is posting, Fern, but how you doing, man? You just got back from the field from getting some work in. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Just been here since about a week and a half ago. I got here about a week and a half ago. Just been working out, getting to know some of the new freshmen and a couple of transfers. In the other video, you saw Pasella, Daniel Pasella. We call him DP or Danny P, whatever it is. But he's living with me, so he's one of the only, I think, D1 transfers here right now. We have a couple of JUCO pitcher transfers that are in right now that I've been getting to know. So we got a good group of guys for sure. They're a bunch of cool guys. So doesn't look like we'll have any problems there, which is always a big thing.
Yeah, Daniel mentioned that we did the interview from his new room inside Will Furniss's house. Then Fern drops in. I say, hey, man, I got to get you on this pod, bro. And sure enough, here we are. For you, the MLB Draft's coming up. What have been the conversations with returning guys that have a decision to make? You, Judd, Hunter, all these guys. What's the general feel you're getting just inside the locker room talking to guys? Because everybody's got their own individual number and situation that they're dealing with here. But what's just the overall, vibe out there right now?
It's really hard to know just because, I mean, you never really know. Like, you hear things from your agent and he tells you where he thinks you can potentially go, and sometimes it just doesn't fall that way. Like, the scouts may be telling him one thing, but the head honcho may not decide that at the end of the day. So, you never really know. I think a lot of factors go into it. Obviously, money goes into it. Another big thing is organization. Now, like, for guys that could return, organization probably is going to be a big thing. At least for, like, the guys that maybe aren't getting a ton of money from the draft. Like, Luke Hill is getting a ton of money either way. So, like, he probably cares a little bit less about the organization. But for the guys that aren't getting as much of a signing bonus, you want to go somewhere where they have good development. And obviously you can't pick and choose who drafts you, but you can pick whether you want to go or not. And I think that could factor in the decision a lot for a guy like Judd or Foley or Hunter. They got to go somewhere where they fit best, because I think now it's like a 7-year deal. So like, if you quit early, that you obviously can get cut, and they won't penalize you. But if you don't play your full 7 years, you can get your most of your signing bonus taken away. So really, you got to it's like you're basically signing a 7-year deal when you get drafted. So you want to go somewhere that knows how to develop, is proven to develop players. Just really a good organization, good farm system, I guess. You don't want to go somewhere that isn't going to make you better. And especially when you're like not like a first round, second round guy. I think that's a big thing, because obviously you're going to need to get better to get in the big leagues, and that your margin of getting better is probably a little bit more than your typical like first round draft pick. So obviously there's that, and then I think, I don't know. I think I know I'm probably coming back. I would say it's way more likely that I come back. It's very, very, very small chance that I leave. Like, it's going to take a lot for me to leave this place, and I don't think that I'm going to get even anywhere. I don't even know if I'm getting drafted, period. So I think it's going to be an easy decision for me. I'm probably coming back. Like that's the decision. I just can't, say like definitively yes, because if something crazy happens, which
Right.
is
Yeah.
unlikely, but I don't want to go back on my word. So um, it's very, very, very likely. Like I was telling Coach Cleary the other day, I was like, it's like a 99.5% chance that I come back. Like I have a better chance of being struck by lightning while being eaten by a shark.
Come on now.
So it's very, very likely that I'm coming back. But as for Judd and Folly and Hunter, I've talked to them a little bit. It all just kind of depends for them. They don't know. They just don't know.
Mhm.
It's going to be like I think it's just going to be a little bit of a decision for them, which it's a good spot for them. You want to have the opportunity to decide something like that. It's a big deal to get drafted and potentially play pro ball, and it's also this university means a ton to them, so it's not like they're going to make the decision really easily. So I think that we have a good chance to get Judd back. I think we have a good chance to get Foley back. I don't know, but I know some people have said we have a good chance to get Hunter back. I don't know. I don't know. He's a really good pitcher. So if I was an organization, I'd really want him in my org as soon as possible. But that's why I don't get paid the big bucks to scout. I just play. So yeah, I hope all the guys come back. That'd be huge. Um, but I think with this freshman class and this portal class, um, we're in a good spot either way. It would obviously be even better to get them back too. But um, even if all the 50-50s leave, I think we're set up pretty nice for next year. Daniel, I know I've been talking to Daniel a lot. He's ecstatic about Ole Miss, and he loves this place, and he really wants to come here. So that's a good thing we got going for us. He was a draft risk, and I think he's coming to campus. So that's going to be huge for us. We got Dom from Murray State, who just their whole lineup just killed us. But it was great to see that one of them come enjoy the atmosphere enough to come to Swayze, so and play in an Ole Miss uniform rather than a Murray State uniform. So that's going to be cool. And then you got Becerra from Clemson, who's I think I can't remember if he played against us or not, but if I'm remembering right, I'm pretty sure he tore us up in Arlington when we played
Oh,
him
wow. Yeah.
on that Sunday before he got hurt. So he was a big pickup, and he was hurt last year, or most of last year. Only got like 30 games or something like that. But he's a proven good big time hitter that has hit in a really good conference before coming over here. So it's not as big of an adjustment. It won't be that big of an adjustment for him. So I think that he's a really great outfielder. We got Fed, who's dominating out in the Cape, and I think he's coming back to Oxford soon, which is huge. We got a couple pitchers returning as well. Calhoun, and I mean just a plethora of guys that have the potential to be All Americans that are coming
Mm.
back. That like Fed obviously didn't. He had a good year. He didn't have the year he wanted to have, and I know he can. He's going to have a good year this year. So, and I know I'm not. I'm right now for some reason all I can think of is the incoming freshman because I've been around them so much. But
Right.
we're in a great spot as a program, and it was huge to have this year because having a great team and playing in front of an atmosphere like Swayze was in the regional, it obviously helps with recruiting because people see that. They'll watch TV and they'll be like, holy cow, man, that crowd's crazy. Like it
Mhm.
must be fun to play in front of that. So that helps with the portal for sure. So we've gotten some great guys. Chang obviously helped a little bit with Pasella, so that was cool. Pasella knew that Chang loved the coaches here, so he knew he would too. And he's a great guy, just like Chang is. So it was great to get to know him the last couple weeks. I think he goes home. He's going home tomorrow for the draft, but and he'll be back in August. But it's been a fun time for sure.
Well, it's really interesting too. I'm glad you really laid that out perfectly. The many factors. It's not as simple as, hey, you coming back to school or not?
Yeah,
Like
exactly. Yeah.
there's so much, and part of the consideration too for not only you and Judd and Hunter and all those guys, but Ole Miss, because of the NIL piece and because of rev share and all that kind of stuff, and Ole Miss guaranteeing scholarships for all their baseball players, all that kind of stuff. The package that Ole Miss can build too to be competitive to
hmm
bring guys back compared to what they might get is a factor as well, right?
Yeah, it's way better than it was, even 3 years ago. Like before NIL and all this, like if you got drafted your junior year, I mean, that amount of money dangling in front of your face is really hard to say no to.
Right.
Now you have the opportunity to make money in college and potentially even get in a better position for next year. So like my argument for like me would be, if I have another great year next year, I've proven that I can be consistent. I've proven that I can be a better hitter and continue to get better. So in the eyes of scouts, that's a great thing. And you rise up a little bit in the draft, and maybe you don't get more money, maybe you get the same, but whatever you get in NIL this year, you just basically add it to your draft signing bonus. So like for Judd, if a big thing was for him that basically made it like if he improves his swing and miss, he's going to be a first rounder next year. Like he's a phenomenal athlete and power guy and a freak, and he knows this. And I would never say this, like I'm not saying it in a bad way, because he hit 300 with 22 home runs. Like he was a great hitter. And he just had a lot of strikeouts because he chases. So he knows that if he can fix his chase and walk a little bit more and strike out a little bit less, he'll hit 350 with 30 next year and be like a first round guy. So I mean, it's all just kind of like betting on yourself, really. And I think he knows that. And I think that if he comes back, he's gonna hit 350 with 30. Like it's the ceiling is really, really high for him, and that's what scouts see, and that's why they really like him. So that's a big thing for him to decide. And Foley too. Foley has an extra year of eligibility. Like he's only a sophomore,
Right.
Which I didn't even realize that until I think a couple weeks ago. Like he's my age, but he's a sophomore because he redshirted at Kentucky. So he has another year of leverage. So if he even slips, I can see him coming back pretty easily. Like it's a little bit easier decision for him if he slips a little bit in the draft, because he keeps all of his leverage for next year. So, I think there's just a lot of factors that goes into it. Trusting yourself, knowing that you can get better. I know Judd can get better. He's a really hard worker. He improved so much the last 2 years to have this year, and he deserves it because he works his rear end off. So I think that he can. He's going to do great things whether he goes to pro ball, and he's going to get better there, and potentially be a big leaguer. He passes the eye test, as people say. So I think he's a future big leaguer. Either way he decides to go, I think he's gonna have a really great and long baseball career for sure.
Talk of Champions is presented by our friends at College Corner. Of course, College Corner is the spot for all Ole Miss fans to find the best of the best when it comes to the Ole Miss swag. They've got locations in Flowood, Ridgeland, and the Oxford Commons. So make sure you head over there, check out their store. And if you do shop online, make sure you click the link in our episode description so that we get a little credit for helping you out by getting you the right swag, whether it be baseball series, whether it be summer family events, or just getting ready for the fall. They've got the full lineup of all the Ole Miss gear that you want to see, and it all comes to you from our friends at College Corner. So check them out today. And again, hit that link in our bio and support them and check out the best gear that any Rebel fan would like to have at College Corner.
You mentioned the consistency piece for you and showing that's the next level scouts, but also to yourself. And for last year, the production and being a middle of the order guy, hitting your 12 bombs, being in the lineup every single day. What was the biggest, like, what did you learn most about yourself and who you are as a hitter, as a fielder, and all those kind of things? And what are the areas now that you want to kind of build upon, because it was such a good year, not just for Ole Miss as a team, but for so many individuals, including yourself. So like now for you, what's the focus?
Yeah. So I actually, oddly enough, texted my dad about this last night.
Let's go.
I had never been, I never really figured out how to lock in pitch to pitch and like AB to AB. And even throughout this year, like there were times when I would struggle with it. Like, I'd get out my second AB and I'd be like, okay, well, I mean, I can still salvage the day, with a couple hits, right? And I'd put more pressure on myself that way. In the regional, like, I kind of learned how to go AB to AB because it really mattered a bunch. Like it doesn't matter if I struck out my first two ABs. If my third AB is a big moment in the game and there's a runner on second, like all that matters is that AB. So like I wasn't thinking about my past ABs, which I think is why I hit so good in the regional, is just because I was focused more pitch to pitch. And like the last 2 years we didn't make a regional, so I didn't really get that opportunity. I think that really helped me figure something out. And like, even though we didn't win the regional, I think it made all of us better. Like it made me better for sure. Like I finally figured out how to separate each pitch from each pitch and really fight and lock in to one AB and not worry about the rest. So I think that the regional actually made me a significantly better hitter just because of the experience, knowing how, like, proving to myself that I can do it and actually doing it is huge. Thinking about it's easy to say that, yeah, you need to lock in pitch to pitch and flush the last AB, but it's different to actually do it. And actually doing it kind of gives you that, because hitting such a big feel thing.
Yeah.
Like the feeling of AB to AB, actually feeling that in the regional was huge for me. And then this year, just you know, working so hard in the fall with Clem, going to the opposite field and unlocking that for me, and then seeing that work finally pay off after the beginning of the year blunder. Because I mean, I started out like I think I maybe below 100, like at one point during the beginning of the season. Like it was bad. Like I was like, dad gum, man, I worked so hard and it just, like, I'm in a little bit of a slump right now. But it happens. I think that all the work that Coach Clem and I put in this fall really helped me get out of it even quicker. And then hitting lefties was a big thing for me too. Um, just having some consistent ABs against the lefties and getting used to it, because I mean, I grew up. My dad is a left-hander, so he threw BP to me left-handed my whole life, and I really always hit lefties better than I hit righties. Like it's just always
Oh, you had
been
the
how I
straight
am.
reverse split. Wow.
Yeah, I had a reverse
Okay.
split this year. Yeah, so I had a reverse split this year too. I hit 317 against lefties and
Wow.
307 or 304 against righties. And I mean, obviously the sample size is smaller because I didn't face as many lefties, just
Sure.
because there's not as many lefties in the country. It's crazy. I've always hit lefties better my whole life, and then when I got to college, obviously the lefties are a little bit better. And I didn't do as well against lefties in the fall my freshman year. So my sophomore year, I really only DH'd against righties. So I didn't really get to see that many lefties. And then sophomore year, I kind of just we weren't really great offensively, so I kind of just got thrown into the fire against lefties, right? So I went from not seeing lefties at all to about midway through the year playing first base and seeing lefties whenever, like, they would just match me up with lefties all the time. Like coaches would immediately go to the bullpen for a lefty in a big situation. So this fall, whenever I faced a bunch of lefties, because we got a bunch of lefties out of the portal, it really helped me kind of lock back in, seeing lefties as good as I see righties. And I got back to what I used to do, which is hit lefties better than righties, just because my dad, like, I just grew up hitting left-handed arms. So that was huge. I think that was a big turning point in this year's hitting the lefties, because I mean, at the end of the year, actually in the regional final game, the last game, they had a lefty warming up in the pen, and I was like, oh, they're going to bring in a lefty. Sweet. Like, I love hitting lefties.
Yeah.
And then they left the righty in, and I got to 3-2 and I struck out on the ball. But it was crazy to think that they didn't even have that lefty warmed up for me, because they knew I have reverse splits. They were actually warming them up for Humphrey, which is hitting behind Judd. But I mean, that was actually like a pretty cool feeling,
Oh,
because
yeah.
usually people are like, oh yeah, bringing the lefty for the lefty, but they're like, no, leave the righty out there, which actually made me feel pretty good. But yeah, I think that was a huge thing, is opening the opposite field. Obviously, it helps you be more on time for the breaking stuff, which is what I did this year, is backside with the up the middle and to the backside of the field with fastballs. And then it helped me be more on time to the pull side for the breaking balls. So I kind of stuck to that approach all year, and it worked out. And then I think just next year, just building on that, it's going to increase my power numbers. It's going to increase my batting average. Like, just having that same approach and knowing that I can lock in pitch to pitch and AB to AB, and knowing how to do that now, it's going to be great for me. So I think next year is going to be an even better year for me, and also as a team, because we got some studs coming out. I'm super excited.
This is Talk of Champions. I'm Ben Garrett. He's Will Furniss, slugging Ole Miss baseball first baseman. Brought to you, as always, by RiverLand Roofing, the little house right here. RiverlandRoofing.com for all your roofing needs. 662-644-4297. They power everything we do here at Talk of Champions and at no longer the Ole Miss Spirit, Rebel Grove, an affiliate of On3. Check us out. Now the top 10 site in the network, and we're really excited about the future. Come sign up today for just the low price of $1. And I told Will when we got started here that I got this University Traditions hat in the mail. It's they just sent me this.
Yeah.
And I got to give them a shout out, because I'm not going to lie. That's sharp.
Yeah, it looks good. That's a good looking hat.
I'm like, I don't know if I can pull it off. It's a legit, the ginger that can't really, but like in terms of old Ole Miss baseball hats and stuff, that M right there, I need that on like Sundays like yesterday.
That's a great
University Traditions, by the way. That's
a great hat.
Awesome,
yeah.
Right?
Great hat to wear out at a football game. I think that'd be perfect for the Grove.
See, the only thing is I'm used to fitted hats. Like I can't, like, this is like the trend now, but like, what a sharp hat. My thanks to University Traditions, man. And Fern said he'll take one too. So, hey, hook him up.
I'll wear it
for you.
I'll wear it.
The NIL, partnerships is already lining up. Our thanks to University Traditions. So, like you said, so much went into your year last year, super successful, and really for the team across the board, just the bounce back year that desperately had to happen. I'm curious because I remember when you and Judd, because I was filming it, sat down to do Judd before the season started, and one of the things you talked about was like just getting back to what Ole Miss baseball is used to, and a lot of it had to do it. But to get to experience, though, did it meet the expectations? That the result wasn't what you wanted. Fall one win short of hosting the first Super in Oxford since 2009. Murray State, man, what a great run. And Dom Decker, I'm sure he's got a lot of fun stories to tell, including about Ole Miss here, because he had a big series,
Mm-hmm.
But what was it like? Did it meet your expectations once Ole Miss is finally back there? And you get to experience, and you had such a successful, productive regional. Did you finally feel like, oh, this is the Ole Miss baseball I signed up for, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, coming into committing here, whenever I committed here, we had gone to, I don't even know, I mean, just an unbelievable amount of regionals and super regionals, and we hadn't really broken the national championship threshold, but we've been to Omaha once, and I think that I thought that the program was trending the right way, and so it was a pretty easy decision for me to come here. And then they won the national championship. I was like, dadgum, like we're doing great. Like this program is great. We're gonna do it again next year, obviously. That was my thought coming in, and just didn't happen. Just a lot of different things. Like, we just could never really figure it out. I mean, pitching would figure it out, and the hitting would just not show up that day. And then hitting would figure it out, and the pitching wouldn't show up that day. And it was just it almost just felt like bad luck all the time. And then the next year, we had a better year, I guess, but it wasn't like what we expected. And then this year, leading up to the year, we had a bunch of guys with experience. We had some of the most returners on any SEC team. We had a bunch of really veteran transfers that mended really well with the group together. So I knew we had something special brewing that year. It was just a matter of getting it done. And I think we could have done better. During the season, like our record could have been better is what I mean. We had a really, really good squad, and like some games would just slip out of our fingertips, right? And everybody knows that. So I think towards the end of the year, we started playing like we knew we could, and it's the right time to play great, right? So we ran into a really hot Murray State team, and that was very disappointing. But I think that seeing that regional atmosphere, and then almost hosting a super regional, that just makes everybody want to work that much harder, right? So I fully expect us to actually host that super regional for the first time since 2009 this year. Like our guys are ready. We've got another really good portal class, a bunch of really good guys. We have the potential to get, obviously, we wait until after the draft, but we have the potential to get, Judd and Foley back, which, I mean, that's freaking almost 50 home runs right there. So, and then shoot, we already are in a great spot with pitching, but if Hunter comes back, I mean, it's even better spot. It's a bona fide Friday night start on the SEC. So, I think it's just I've been looking at like numbers for our pitching staff that's coming in this year, and we're going to be even better than we were last year. And we were great. Like our staff was great last year. So it's great, and it sucks because I'm gonna have to face it the whole fall. But it's good to have that for the spring. So I'm really excited. Like Will Libbert, the guy from Missouri. I can't remember if we faced him or not, but his stuff just looks phenomenal. And people aren't gonna like this, but I mean his fastball is like Liam Doyle esque. It's like it's a really really good fastball. So Mangum's going to do phenomenal things with him, and him being a lefty, he's already in the mid 90s. Like you've seen what Mangum can do. He turned everybody and added 3-4 miles an hour of velo to literally every single pitcher on our staff this year.
Insane.
So,
it was insane.
Exactly. And he's getting his pick of the litter this year too. So like he gets to look at these guys and be like, yeah, I want this guy. I think I can make him better. Yeah, I want this guy. Last year we got him pretty late, so he didn't get to do that as much. So like it's like he's getting to choose the guys that he thinks, like he's looking at them on paper and looking at video and seeing like, okay, I can make this better. I can make this better. All right, he's going to be really good. Let me get him. And then like we got I think it's North Dakota State, but he's like a phenomenal reliever with really plus stuff. And then we got the 2 JUCO guys who I think are going to be great. And we got a good freshman pitching class too. And we got a couple other guys from and some other big D1 or D1 schools that are going to be great too. So I think, our pitching staff is going to be lights out next year. So that's going to be super, super fun to be in the field for. Not going to have to make that many plays, it doesn't look like. So they're going to be striking out a lot more people. So not like it's going to be super fun to be behind these guys on the mound. And it's hard to imagine like our staff being even better than they were this past year because they were great. But I think that they're going to be even better this year, which is phenomenal. And I think that maybe Will McCausland comes back. I don't think people are talking about him enough. Like he's a really good arm that we can get back. That is a draft risk as well. That could potentially. I think he can come back, right? Yeah,
he can come back.
Junior. Yeah, he's a junior. Yeah, okay. Just making sure. Because
Mason Morris, let's be honest, the projectability, and he's a top 100 guy. Like Mason's gone. You know what I mean? Like Mason's going to get drafted.
Yeah, no. Morris and Luke Hill, like those 2 guys, like, and they've earned it too. Like Luke's going to make a lot of money in the draft, and he's going to be probably I don't know. I'd guess second rounder. Like he's going to be phenomenal. He's gonna have a easy decision. Morris, I think, is the same way. Like, shoot, they may even try to make him into a starter at the next level. Like, obviously,
I thought he was going to be starting by April for Ole Miss. It's crazy.
Yeah, he was really good. It was just great to have him in the bullpen, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you have a lead and you have a 1-run lead on Friday night, like bringing in a guy that like. Whenever I saw him jogging on the pen, I was like, God, let's go. We just won. Like it's great. It's great to have that in the bullpen. You need that bullpen piece for sure. So, I think he's going to get drafted really high too. And he's going to make a lot of money as well. And probably be in the big leagues next year with his stuff. So, that's going to be cool to watch his career flourish too. But, I think McCausland could come back too. And hopefully, because his stuff is really good. He's a great arm that we could get back. And, our staff is looking just electric next year, and it's going to be miserable in the fall having to face them all. But, it's at the same time, you're thinking in the back of your head, like, if I'm having this much trouble, that means in the spring, those guys are going to have that much trouble too. So, it's super exciting. I guess it's an exciting time for sure to see who all's coming back and see how the team's shaping up and how we're looking for next year. And I mean, I think my family was actually texting, my mom and my dad were texting me about this last night. We think we're going to be really, really good and even have the chance to be even better than last year's team. So it's an exciting time for sure.
You hit on it, man, because it's no disrespect to last year's team. 43 wins, a regional host, one run away from a super. I mean, it was a great, great year across the board, but the depth of options because of what could come back in the draft and because of what was added, including Landon Cody, the pitcher from North Dakota State that you were talking about, Will Libbert, Daniel Pasella, Tristan Bassetti, Grant Richardson, who's an MLB draft risk.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
Another
That's
left. I mean, like there's so many additional options and opportunities. Yeah, Ethan going to Florida is a disappointment, but you bring in Topher Jones from Pearl River, and
I forgot about him too. Like we just have a crazy pool. There's so many guys. Like it's just, and it's so hard to mention them all too because all of them are so good. Like I'm just thinking of off the top of my head. I'm trying to remember everybody's names. It's so hard because we've got like a bunch of guys coming in. But it's exciting, man. I remember like last year at this time, we'd only gotten a couple, and then we started heating up a little bit. We went right to work in the portal this year. Everybody was looking to come put on an Ole Miss jersey. So it was. I'm sure it was a lot. I mean, obviously it's not easy for the staff, but I'm sure it was a lot easier recruiting them whenever you can show them a video of 12,500 people going absolutely berserk this in the regional. So it's a good time to be a Rebel for sure.
All right, last thing, and I'll let you go. Over under, because we've been talking all about baseball. I'm going to SEC Media Days on Sunday. I'll be there for 3 days talking to players and coaches. It's SEC Media Days isn't as fun as it used to, but I really look forward to it because I haven't been there in a couple of years. But I'm going to ask you, I saw Circa releases Ole Miss football's win total for next year at 8.5 wins. So Austin Simmons, your former teammate, led Ole Miss football. You taking over or under 8.5 for Ole Miss next year?
Over for sure. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand how people can look at what he did to Georgia's defense and just be like, yeah, no, that's a guy that we may not get over 8 wins with. I mean, that's crazy. Like he looked good out there. We were joking because we were staying at that game whenever he came in, and Dart had gotten banged up, so he got to come in the game, and we were joking around because we wanted Simba back in the game, so we were like, put him back in, because I mean we obviously Dart is a great quarterback, and actually, I mean I know Jackson, he's super cool guy, but we were just messing around. We wanted to see Simba back in, so it's gonna be cool to watch him do what he does this year. On the football field because he sacrificed baseball to go play football, which is I mean it's a great decision for him. I think he's going to be a great football player. So I'm super excited to see all that hard work that he's been putting in while he's been not been able to be on the field because he has a great QB in front of him. I'm excited to see all his hard work pay off and him lead a great football team next year to 10 wins, 11
Heck
wins.
Yeah. 10 or 11.
Wins, 12 wins. 12
well,
wins.
Oh, yeah. 15 wins if we're talking about playoffs. So
yeah. Okay, 15 wins. I didn't know how many it was now with this new playoff.
I'm bad at math. I was told there'd be no math, Will. If you start making me do math, screwed.
All right, 15. 15's the goal, Simba.
There it is. There you go, Simba. Challenge accepted from your boy, your former Ole Miss baseball teammate, Will Furniss. 15 wins it'll be. Ole Miss baseball and football not in season right now. It's July. It's the dog days, but man, things are starting to heat up. The MLB draft is rapidly approaching. So a lot of Ole Miss baseball implications with the draft. And then, of course, SEC Media Days next week. Stay tuned to Talk of Champions, powered as always by RiverLand Roofing. RiverlandRoofing.com, 662-644-4297. They power everything we do here at Talk of Champions and also at the newly rebranded Rebel Grove, a part of On 3. Come check us out and give us an opportunity to win your trust in business. And when we get to talk every day to guys like Fern, it makes it really, really easy to give you the best Ole Miss coverage ever. So, Will, you're the man. Thank you for doing this. Let's do it again. Best of luck in the weeks ahead. And, man, go get them out there, brother. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.